In a kingdom of peace and prosperity, a royal decree echoed through the land. The king had declared a challenge, an art contest to capture the essence of perfect peace. Artists from far and wide answered the call, eager to etch their names into history. Among them was Rohan, a young but gifted artist, his heart filled with ambition. With brushes in hand and visions in mind, the painters began their masterpiece. Strokes of color, whispers of imagination, all striving to unveil true peace. After weeks of tireless work, the moment arrived. The king walked through the grand gallery, his eyes scanning the masterpieces before him. Two paintings stood above the rest. The first, a tranquil paradise, a breathtaking lake, still as glass, reflecting towering mountains under a golden sky. A vision of serenity, or so it seemed. The second, a tempest unleashed. Dark clouds clashed, waves crashed violently against jagged rocks. The wind howled through the trees, bending them in its fury. Gasps filled the room. "How is this peaceful?" the courtiers whispered. But the king, he leaned in, eyes searching. And then he smiled. For hidden near the base of a mighty waterfall, nestled on a fragile branch, sat a tiny bird. Though the storm raged, the bird was unshaken, eyes closed, resting peacefully, singing its song. The king turned to the gathered artists and proclaimed, This is the winner. This is true peace." Murmurs of confusion spread through the hall. How could this be peace? The king spoke, his voice calm yet powerful. True peace is not found in the absence of chaos, but in the stillness of the heart within it. He turned to Rohan, the artist behind the storm. "Tell us, young man, how did you understand this truth?" Rohan stepped forward, his eyes alight with wisdom beyond his years. "Because, your majesty, life itself is a painting. We cannot control the storms that come, but we can choose how we paint our thoughts and emotions. The bird did not fear the storm because its heart was at peace. And just like that bird, we too hold a brush in our hands. If we paint our lives with fear, worry, and doubt, the storms will consume us. But if we paint with faith, courage, and peace, we will stand unshaken, even in the fiercest storm. You are the artist of your life. Paint wisely." The lesson remains. True peace is not the absence of storms, but the presence of trust in God amidst them. Just like the tiny bird in the painting, we may face storms in life, trials, uncertainties, and challenges that threaten to shake us. However, the Bible teaches that peace comes not from external circumstances, but from a heart anchored in faith in Jesus Christ. John 16:33. "I have told you these things, so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world." This story reflects the biblical truth that peace is not found in a life free from hardship, but in the unshakable trust that God is in control. When we rest in Him, like the bird in the storm, we can experience a supernatural peace, one that defies logic, a peace that guards our hearts and minds. Philippians 4:6-7. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." The contest represents life's search for peace. Many people seek peace in worldly perfection, like the calm lake painting. But true peace is found in trusting God even in the storms. The king represents God's perspective. While people often mistake peace for comfort, God sees deeper and values a heart that remains steadfast in Him. Rohan's wisdom reflects a life of faith. We cannot control the storms, but we can control how we paint our thoughts. This mirrors Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Final truth. Real peace isn't in a life without storms, but in a heart that stays calm through them because it trusts in God. Thanks for watching.